Hello and welcome back to Unbound Soul Tarot. My name is Helen and I am so thrilled to welcome you to a somewhat of a different video because I haven't done the zodiacal sign videos in a while, but I felt called to do that, so that's what we are doing. We are going to be looking at the month of September 2024, seeing what it is that is going to be waiting for you, what you're going to be experiencing. We're going to look at some general energies. We're going to look at some challenges or blocks that you will potentially be facing. Also a positive or something in a positive nature that you will be experiencing. And also the main lesson that you can learn in the month of September. Plus we will get some outcomes and some advice in there as well. So it is going to be a very interesting reading and hopefully it will give you a very good understanding of what to expect in the upcoming month. So dear Virgo, I am starting off with you because obviously this is your season, and I would recommend starting off with watching your sun sign. Obviously that is the first recommendation, but the second one would be to check out your rising sign. So if you are a Virgo rising, that is possibly a really good reading for you too. And finally, if you have your moon in Virgo, then this reading may resonate for you as well. Obviously, if you have some other placements in Virgo, like your Venus, I know a lot of people watch their Venus signs, then definitely stay tuned and see whether there are some messages that resonate with you as well. But I am mainly focusing on the sun, rising and moon sign Virgos here. Having said that, this is still a general reading, so please take what resonates and leave the rest, okay? But yeah, I guess that's it. Let's jump straight to it. So let's start off with the energy that you are going to be in and the energy that is going to be around you in the month of September. Okay, interesting. We have the hot air balloon, which jumped out in reverse for your energy. And let's see what sort of energy is around you. What sort of energy is around Virgo in the month of September 2024? Whoa, okay, I guess we're taking this one. Interesting. Okay, hang on. And we also have the elephant that turned itself around. So it's in reverse. But anyway, yeah, we have the gift or the flower and we have the elephant in reverse. So, okay, and let's get the other cards out here as well before we dive deeper into what all of these energies are about. So let's see. Okay, my beautiful Virgos out there. So let's get into it. So starting off with your energy first and foremost. Okay, I'm already messing this up, I'm sorry. Starting with your energy. We have the hot air balloon, which came out in reverse. Now, this card is in essence a card of travel, of movement, of expansion. But mainly it's about obviously movement and, rising higher. So because it's coming out in reverse, it almost makes me feel like you may be wanting to move or maybe wanting some sort of change, but feeling somewhat like stuck or tied down, like you're unable to. Now, this movement may be actually literally wanting to travel someplace, wanting to go on a trip, wanting to go on some sort of short journey or long journey. Or this could be some sort of desire to do some like spiritual expansion, personal growth, that like developing yourself that way. So it could also talk about like studies, wanting to go back to school, wanting to take up some lessons, some courses, expand your knowledge in some way. But because it's coming out in reverse, as I said, it makes me feel like there is something about your energy that makes you feel like you can't do that as well as you would like to, or that something is inhibiting you some way. So I do feel an aspect of that. For others of you, I am definitely getting more so the scenario of like dread of things changing, of moving, and sort of wanting to prevent that, or almost wanting for things to stay the same, and not being too excited about the notion of some sort of expansion or growth or development happening, or something, you know, taking you away from where you are and where you most likely feel very, very good or settled, safe, secure, that type of thing. Now, the energy around you is actually really sweet. I'm very much loving the energy around you, because first and foremost, we have this card over here, which to me represents like a gift, someone wanting to offer their help to you, someone wanting to support you, someone just expressing their appreciation for you, which, you know, obviously if you are a Virgo sun, then most likely you have your birthday in the month of September, unless you are an August Virgo. But you know, if you have your birthday, then that would make sense that, you know, some people who are very much, you know, affectionate towards you, who love you, who want to give you a gift for your birthday, you know, that makes sense. That's sort of the obvious one. But there could just, in general, be more like supportive, more appreciative energy around you. Because, you know, it is just, it's that time of year, you know, when we have our birthdays, people tend to remember us, even if during other times of the year, maybe, you know, everyone's lives are so busy, so hectic, so you don't really have time to constantly stay in touch. But whenever birthdays come around and people remember those, that's when, you know, people sort of come out of the woodworks. And I do definitely feel like that is sort of happening here as well, especially with the elephant card coming out in reverse here too. So that could be a symbol of, you know, some people from your past. And I'm not talking about like, you know, exes or any sort of, you know, unwanted romantic encounters, that type of thing. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about people that you maybe had, you know, more tight communications, or you were more close, you hung out more when you were younger. But possibly now, maybe you have sort of drifted apart a bit, or you're not staying in touch as much, that type of thing. So you may find some old friends, acquaintances sort of coming out of the woodworks as well. But more likely, I feel like this is sort of talking about people sort of wanting to help you, especially when it comes to like not repeating something from the past, or maybe even some people are reaching out to, you know, apologize, make amends for something that did happen in the past. Just sort of wanting to be there, wanting to reconnect with you, and again, wanting to show you that they care about you, and, you know, that they are thinking about you, and all that type of thing. So I do feel like this is a very, very sweet and supportive energy over here. But you may have some trouble accepting it, Virgo, and I'm going to get into it in a second, but it just seems like there's a bit of awkwardness here. So bear with me. Now, we're going to start off with the main energy for the month of September. And we got a very interesting card here. As you can see, there is some like voodoo or some sort of rituals happening here. And so I do feel like the energy of the month could be somewhat making you, again, feel like you are not fully in control of things, you know, like things are sort of happening around you, and you are almost sort of forced to go with them. Now, I'm not saying that something, you know, bad is happening or something unpleasant is happening. I actually kind of see the opposite here. But for some reason, because of this card, it makes me feel like you are just really, really uncomfortable with it. So, and I'm not saying that the whole month is going to be like that, but it just seems like things are sort of starting to move or change, and you may sort of struggle with that a bit, or, you know, have some sort of, have a feeling like things are sort of happening regardless of what your wishes are. and whether you want change to happen or not. Now, the main challenge here, that's why I'm saying all of these things. The main challenge that you will be facing is this card here, which is all about a new beginning, a birth of something. So again, it's making me feel like something new is going to be coming up for you in the month of September, and it's going to be a sort of fresh beginning where you are obviously put in a somewhat uncomfortable position, because it feels like, you know, you don't have that much experience in it, or it's just sort of unfamiliar for you. You are being yanked out of your comfort zone. Again, you know, not in a dramatic way or anything like that. At least for most of you, I don't feel that that's the case. It just more so feels like an uncomfortable feeling of having to let go of control and sort of see where life takes you, what is essentially happening. So there is some sort of new beginning, again, change, but it's coming out as a challenge. So, you know, just putting it out there, that not all of you are going to be super happy about that. But the positive about the month of September, we have this card over here, which is all about like self-image and sort of self-perception. So I do feel like other people are going to be playing a big role in trying to like prop you up, or trying to build some confidence in you, trying to make you feel more confident, more supported, sort of, you know, letting you know how they see you, which again, I feel like maybe somewhat different from how you see yourself, but it definitely feels like you are getting some sort of positive boost of energy, or simply, you know, some positive reinforcement, positive, just some sort of positive acknowledgement, you know, people trying to let you know how they see you and how much they value you, even if you are, again, sort of struggling with some of those aspects yourself. So I do really feel like this supportive energy around you is super beautiful in the month of September. So, you know, hopefully you are able to enjoy it as well. But with the main lesson here coming out as the gift card, it's telling me that, again, that might be something that, as I said, some of you could be struggling with. Just sort of accepting the help that is being offered to you, or even asking for help. That may be the main lesson here, where, you know, I feel like you are having a really hard time showing some sort of weakness or showing some sort of vulnerability. You know, whatever sort of internal conflicts or conversations you may be having with yourself, you know, especially about all of these things that are changing, or these new things that are coming into your life that you may feel like you are not prepared to deal with, even though I feel like you really are, and that's why this card is here as well. And other people are, I feel like, trying to, you know, show you that, but because the lesson here is coming through as the gift card, it seems like that may be something that you can possibly learn in the month of September, to allow people to help you, to, you know, show you that you don't have to be this strong, independent superwoman or superman all the time, and that it's okay, you know, to allow people to help you, because very often you are the one who wants to help other people, or, you know, be there for them, but it may be a lot more difficult for you to be on the receiving end of that help and that support and that love and affection, because you can sort of do everything by yourself. So yeah, that's the potential lesson that you can learn here. But let's look at what is the potential outcome of all of these things. Okay, so let's get into the outcomes. First, we have the Bear card, which is the potential outcome of this general energy. And this is basically saying that with all of this sort of a feeling of being out of control, or, you know, not really having too much say in how things are like unfolding. This is basically saying that yes, you may feel a bit like unsure or not too confident at first, but ultimately this is marking a new cycle for you, because, you know, this bear is coming out of hibernation and sort of making sense of everything that is around him or her. But basically it's all about sort of readjusting and adapting to what is happening, what is around. Ultimately though, is what I wanted to say, the sun is shining. And so, you know, there is a bright new day, a whole new season, a whole new cycle is beginning or has begun. And so, yeah, basically this is just marking a new beginning for you, and letting you know that you have the strength, obviously with the bear card, you have the strength to face whatever this change or whatever this newness is, even if it feels a bit groggy at first, or even if it feels a bit unfamiliar. You have the resources, and you have the strength, the independence, the reliance, the resilience. You have it all within you to handle whatever, you know, the universe throws on your path. Now, next we have the horse card, which is the potential outcome for this new opportunity, new new chapter, new beginning that is coming your way in the month of September. This is saying that you will have a lot more freedom and a lot of momentum because of this new beginning. Even though, again, it may feel a bit testy at first, I feel like you will actually gain so much like personal power from this new beginning or new opportunity, and it will help you like really move a very long way, or you know, reach some great heights, achieve some amazing things. And yeah, basically it'll open up some new horizons for you that I feel like maybe possibly you didn't realize were possible before, or you maybe weren't even considering before. But it almost seems to be like revealing something to you, opening up a whole new world for you, especially because we have this moon on the third eye of the horse here. And so, you know, it does seem like something that was maybe hidden or elusive before, something that you missed, is now due to this, or thanks to this new beginning or new energy that is coming in and that is somewhat challenging you. It is opening that up for you. It is opening up some new doors that, again, as I said, will lead to other and even bigger and amazing things. Now, with the lizard card here, what this is saying is that the positive reinforcement from other people is going to take you to all sorts of like warm and fuzzy feelings, because the lizard is super sensitive and super empathetic towards what is happening around them. And so all of this fuzzy and warm and loving and appreciative energy that I feel like other people are going to be giving you in the month of September, I feel like you will be able to actually absorb them and sort of start feeling a lot better about yourself as well. So even though, as I said, it feels like you could be struggling a bit to accept that sort of help and support in the beginning, or it may make you feel a bit uncomfortable, it will actually do what it's meant to, and it will prop you up. It will make you feel better about yourself, make you feel more confident, and sort of believe in yourself more as well. So you are actually going to be almost like this sponge and soaking up all of this positive energy, all of this love and appreciation that is around you, with people believing in you, and that will actually help you to tackle whatever you need to tackle, or do whatever you need to do, and sort of face these new energies with a lot more confidence. And finally, we have this black egg card, which is symbolizing the throat chakra and speaking your truth. So, with this whole concept of accepting help or asking for help or receiving support, and, allowing people to support you, that main lesson. It feels like the result of this is actually speaking your truth and saying what you truly feel, what you truly need, especially, and, you know, not being afraid to vocalize it. So that is the potential outcome of what this lesson in the month of September could bring you. You know, feeling a lot more safe to say what it is that you truly feel, what you feel like you need from other people. And that is like the most important thing here. Like, I feel like I don't even want to use any other word. What you need from other people, that is the most important thing that needs to be vocalized, that needs to be said out loud, that needs to be expressed. And it's okay to need things from other people. Okay? And so that is the potential outcome of learning to accept support. And so we get to the last part of this reading of ours about the month of September. And we are going to be looking at some advice. So let's see, what advice do we have? Okay, so we have the Justice card, a lot of major arcana, by the way, coming out. So obviously, whatever this new energy is that is coming your way, it is meant to be there. It is some sort of divine occurrence, divine, you know, intervention or orchestration, however you want to call it. It seems like it is definitely a pivotal point in your life, meant to sort of, you know, take you or direct you in a direction that, you know, you are meant to go in. Or basically, yeah, it feels like this is fated or destined somehow. So big energy that we're dealing with here. But coming back to this Justice card, this is a card of Libra in the major arcana. But because this is coming out as advice for this general energy, it feels like what universe is saying is to take emotion out of what it is that you are going through. And I know it's easier said than done, but this basically is emphasizing how important it is to stay neutral, how important it is to try and look at what is happening from like a rational point of view or like a logical point of view, and just seeing things not in like a good or bad way, but just seeing as things happening and then other things happening after that, you know, cause and effect. And so this is almost making it feel like, you know, it's trying to see the not like the reason behind it, but just trying to understand that, like, whatever you are going through and whatever is happening for a reason. And because the Justice card is coming out upright, it is actually happening for your benefit. So whatever this new thing is, and however uncomfortable it may be making you feel, ultimately, this is for your benefit. This is taking you someplace good. This is almost like a reward of some kind. And possibly this is something that you have been manifesting, or you have been wanting or wishing or working towards. But again, because it's, you know, it's bringing you some form of change, that's what is essentially making you feel like, oh my God, things are out of my control. But in reality, I feel like things are actually working in your favor. And so I feel like what this advice is saying is basically trying to see it through the eyes of, you know, the universe working this thing for you. Right? So this is some sort of effect. This is some sort of reward for what you have been doing up to this point. Now, we also have the World card, which is a card of Saturn. But this advice is basically saying to, again, I feel like it's very rational. This advice is very rational. You know, making it fairly concrete that, you know, things end. It's the natural way of things, right? We have things beginning and we have things ending. And this is basically saying that, you know, this previous chapter in your life is just coming to its natural culmination. It's coming to its end. And so that's why it's, you know, normal and to be expected that something new is going to be coming and taking its place. And again, you know, obviously, I feel like whatever chapter you are closing out is something that you have thoroughly learned, and so it's time for you to move on, right? Because the World card is all about closing out chapters, reaching the culmination, meaning that, you know, you have done everything that you were supposed to do on this journey, and now you're meant to start out in a new path, or on a new path, and in a new cycle, starting out as the Fool again, right? Embracing a new beginning. But also I feel like this advice is saying to savor the achievement, to really look back on what it is that you have achieved, to how far you have come, and everything that you have learned before reaching this point, right? And I feel like it's also important to make you feel more sure, make you feel more confident within yourself, because of all of the things, all of the past challenges and hardships and difficulties that you have already overcome, right? So, you know, you are not the same person that you were 3 months ago, 6 months ago, a year ago. You are a completely transformed human being, and all of these things that you have gone through have made you much more strong, much more resilient, much more confident, and basically the person that you are today. And so really, you know, savoring that moment and enjoying that accomplishment, because it is an accomplishment. Whatever it is that you are closing out, it is essentially something to celebrate, something to be proud of, right? That you have successfully reached the end of the cycle. You have reached the finish line. And so moving on, we have the Seven of Pentacles next. And this is a beautiful card because it's making me feel of gratitude. You know, when it comes to advice about this positive reinforcement from your loved ones or from other people, it just feels like the Seven of Pentacles is saying to really appreciate all of the people around you. I feel like the advice here is to take stock of all of the amazing, loving people that you have in your life and be really grateful about them. And I also feel like this is almost saying that, you know, all of this loving energy and support, give yourself a little pat on the shoulder as well, because obviously because of your energy, you have attracted these people into your life. So you have done something right in any case. That's the point, right? Like all of this work, all of this effort that it has taken you to maintain and nurture these relationships and to, you know, bring these people into your life, or to keep, I should say, to keep these people in your life, right? So that's an achievement in and of itself, letting you know that, again, you have done something very right to have that sort of love and appreciation around you, and to acknowledge and realize that not everyone has that in their life, right? Not everyone is as blessed to have positive reinforcement and people who believe in them and people that they can turn to when they are not feeling the best or not feeling too sure about themselves or the future. So, you know, really appreciating that. I feel like that's the key here. And finally, we have the Magician card, which is your card, Virgo, but I mean, it's Gemini's too, because this is a card of Mercury. But with this advice, especially for the main lesson to be learned here, I feel like this is saying that, you know, you are still powerful, to not forget about all of the amazing skills and talents and capabilities that you have, even if you feel like you are you know, somehow debilitated, or you are somehow in a weaker position, or you just can't sort of push yourself, right? You need some sort of support, or you need some guidance, or you need someone to just tell you that everything's going to be okay. Whatever that support is that you are struggling to accept here, I feel like this is saying that it's not taking away from your power, from your innate strength. You still are powerful. You still have all of these skills and talents, and you are still as whole and as worthy as you were, you know, before asking for help or before needing help. And also I feel like a very important aspect of it is vocalizing, right? That it is one of your superpowers to use your voice. That is also a resource that you have, right? You have a very powerful way to express yourself, as, you know, because Mercury is your ruling planet. So that is almost like your little superpower that you have, using your voice, using communication, again, letting people know what you feel, what you think, what you want, what you desire, what you need. All of those things, like actually using your voice, not to forget about that super powerful resource that you have. make use of it, because I feel like you can manifest amazing things with it. And yeah, so I don't know what else I was going to say, but I guess that's it. So anyway, I feel like we have quite a good overview of the month of September. And so I'm going to close this reading out because I don't want this to be super long again, which is the norm for me. And I'm trying to, better myself in that regard. But anyway, I am super hopeful that this reading was, useful to you, was helpful to you. If this spoke to you, it would be amazing if you could let me know. You can do that by giving me a thumbs up, also leaving me a comment in the comment section, letting me know that, this resonated, or, if you come back to this reading in the month of September, that would be super cool as well, so you could see what sort of is talking to you and what isn't. And I always really appreciate if you subscribe to this channel as well, because it would help my channel out so much, and that way I can do more of these cool, fun readings for you, and that would be amazing. But anyway, thank you so much for spending this time with me. Happy birthday to all of my beautiful Virgos out there. I hope you have an amazing month and all of the blessings that you could possibly ask for. So yeah, I am wishing you all the best, and I hope to see you very soon in one of my next readings. Bye-bye.